Welcome back to Big Mouth, and fancy seeing you here. I actually had to hold that smile for a bit longer because it froze. Don't know why. Anyway, welcome to the DC show. So we should call Arrowverse something else now. We should call it the gift that keeps on giving. So Arrowverse is this franchise that hates men. It's hated men since season 3 of Arrow and the Flash, since season 1 of Legends of Tomorrow, since season 1 of Supergirl. There's so much evidence of them trying to put men down to prop women up. And how many times do we have to see them putting Superman down? I still think back to this year's crossover. Supergirl's my favourite Kryptonian. Supergirl's amazing. Supergirl's brilliant. My favourite Kryptonian. My favourite Kryptonian. In other words, please watch Supergirl. Please watch Supergirl. Please watch Supergirl. Because nobody else is. Why is no one watching Supergirl? Well, maybe all the fans who would have been male are not watching anymore because you keep on putting them down, right? It's so pathetic, right? But in the gift that keeps on giving, the CW have greenlit it's Batwoman, right? Yeah, they greenlit Batwoman. Now, this is really, really funny because I've been told Batwoman will actually replace Supergirl. Yup, I've heard Supergirl is going to be cancelled at the end of this season because her ratings are so crap. But what's even more funnier is it's not the character who's taken the big L here. It's the CW and the people who wrote that show. They have been so obsessed with gender politics, right? And to put men down and to make them look like arseholes. Every single man, by the way. They don't really spare a thought for any man. But what they did to Superman in that crossover was it for me. For any Arrowverse shows. I mean, the man hate isn't as blatant or existing in Arrow so much, but in the other shows, there's an undertone of male hate. I'd love to know from you in the comments what you think. Do you think, will you be happy with Supergirl being cancelled? I'm going to laugh, but what's even more ironic here is Supergirl, the show that props up women to put down men. Well, one of their producers was actually sacked for sexual harassment. And isn't that Hollywood, everyone? Isn't it? Come on. Good old Hollywood. They're child molesters, they're rapists, they're drug addicts, drug pushers, murderers. But they keep on telling us about moral values and they keep on talking down to us when they're the biggest criminals in the whole wide world. It's brilliant, isn't it? It really is. So you heard it here first. Supergirl to be cancelled and Batwoman to replace Supergirl. Now, also what I'm told is that Supergirl won't be going away totally. She will obviously appear in the crossovers and she will cameo in some episodes, probably mostly The Flash. Yeah, can't wait for that, can you? So that's very, very interesting news. Don't really care, to be honest with you. I'm not watching Arrowverse anymore. They've taken too many liberties as far as I'm concerned. I love Gotham. I'm really looking forward. Look, we've got a big year ahead of us. We've got these DC Universe TV shows, right? And I'm looking forward to all of them because I haven't even seen Titans yet. Seen the pilot, but that's it. So looking forward to that hitting Netflix here in Europe later this month. But the big arrival, of course, is Watchmen. We've got a lot of things to look forward to. We've got Watchmen, the DC Universe stuff, the final season of Gotham. I watched the I watched the first episode of the final season of Gotham, season 5. I really, really enjoyed it. Gotham is amazing. It's so original. It's a great take on this pre-Batman story. But the only thing that disappoints me throughout the whole run is Selina Kyle. She's the weakest of all the villains. And Selina Kyle should never be the weakest at anything. And I just, when she's laying in the bed and she's going, whatever, I'm going, you've been shot. You can't walk. And all you're going to do is go, whatever. So she kind of annoys me and jars me because she's no Catwoman. I know she's younger in this, but they haven't developed her quick enough. So I've always felt disappointed. I love Cam Binikova, who plays her. I think she's great quality, great kid, great girl, doing a good job. But yeah, really disappointing with the lack of fleshing out for her. But the rest of it, Brilliant. We didn't have any Joker, but we are getting Harley Quinn and the Joker in this season, which is really exciting. What the sense I got of that first episode is this is the best version of Jim Gordon in live action. I really do. I loved Gary Oldman in the Dark Knight trilogy, but this guy, Ben McKenzie, who literally Warner Brothers have been in love with since the OC because they saw the lad's talent. I always questioned if he could take on the mantle of Jim Gordon, but wow, it's gone beyond me. You can see there's a good man there who wants to protect everyone. He's flawed, and that's the good thing about this version of Gordon. This is totally a young Jim Gordon, and it really, 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 really works. So let's look at a bit of Aquaman box office. Let's see who it's beating to a pulp today. Right. Screen Rant say that it's obviously past Venom, but this is the gift that keeps on giving. For Ragnarok and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Oh, by the way, they haven't mentioned SpiderMan Homecoming. All those films have been defeated by Aquaman globally. And sorry, America, globally means more than domestic. So you go, well, you didn't beat us domestically because America's a big country. Globally means the whole world, America, right? So if you stop eating your steak, it won't block your brains. Globally means every single country in the world, which is bigger than America. Big America is big, yes, but the whole world is bigger. You do get me, right? You understand that. Look, the success of this film is absolutely fantastic. But, you know, we've got to look at the future, not just the DCEU, but what's going on with DC Universe. I want to talk, I did mention Watchmen. Damon Lindelof, who was involved with Lost, heavily involved with Lost, has his critics, but I thought he did a great job with The Leftovers, so he's doing his own version of Watchmen. Now, everyone's going to be watching this closely because of the controversy of what Zack Snyder did with Watchmen. I quite enjoyed that film. A lot of people, I think if you're not a fan of the graphic novels, you'll appreciate the Watchmen movie a lot more than if you're well-versed in it. That's what I think. I'm not well-versed in the Watchmen comic lore or the graphic novels, and I think that's why I enjoyed the film a lot more. It did take some liberties, but I think it was a really, really good film. But this is going to be extremely different. This is going to be on HBO. That's amazing. This ain't going to be on the DC Universe site or streaming service, sorry. So it's pretty exciting. But, you know, it's funny, really, because you get all this buzz over the Disney Plus streaming service, but I haven't heard of a project on there that's as exciting as Watchmen. Have you? 2 Star Wars series, so what? An MCU series, so what? Been there, done that. A High School Musical series, oh wow, take my money now. No, F that. But a Watchmen TV series run by Damon Lindelof is going to be very interesting. This could be the next Game of Thrones. This could be the next big thing. And DC will be doing a lot more projects via TV networks rather than streaming. So what interests me there is because they're moving away from the CW. I mean, Berlanti will be able to kind of develop a few grade Zers for new shows. But what you're going to find is, it wouldn't surprise me. I think an Arrow DCEU film will be made. Wouldn't surprise me if we've only got a year or 2 left of Arrow. Well, the Flash movie's coming. Listen, those shows will carry on as long as they make money, but nobody really respects them. We know what they are. We know what they stand for. We know the ideology they project. Those shows for me are pathetic. So you can see it. I hate Arrowverse. I never used to. I thought the first 2 seasons of Arrow and the Flash were some of the best pieces of superhero TV I've ever seen. And I'm a massive Smallville fan. But since they got to their 3rd respective seasons, the whole of Arrowverse, it's been so bad, so lame, and I just haven't enjoyed it. But what we can enjoy is this success of Aquaman. It's gone to a place that no one thought it would. And I'm extremely excited for the future. As I say, a massive year for DC this year. We've also got Shazam, which I've seen a test screening of. So that was exciting, and I did a video about that. Check that out on my YouTube profile, and you'll find that video. It says I have seen Shazam. Not very complicated, is it? So you should be able to find it. Not very difficult. And obviously we've got this Joker movie. And I've spoken about this. I spoke about this last week. I definitely think that this is a Joker movie set in the real world. This guy, Arthur Fleck, is copycatting the actual comic book Joker. Or maybe he's copycatting Cesar Romero's official 1960s Batman TV show Joker. Because we have seen that original awesome Batmobile on the set. So it's all coming together. Now, some people think, oh no, he's not the real Joker. Well, you're all moaning that we had Jared Leto and Joaquin Phoenix as well, right? Well, now, at DCEU, there's one Joker, and this is kind of a copycat Joker. I think it could be a very, very interesting film if that's what they're doing. But who knows what they're doing? Nobody knows for sure. I've got people in my ear all the time trying to find out, trying to feed me some information. Some of it's false. Some of it's a little bit accurate, but I don't feel that I can confidently know what's going on there. And you know me, I'm quite confident with my sources at times. But nobody truly knows what's going on. I think Phillips has kept a close camp. It's very difficult to garner what type of film it is, but that's the whole point of what Walter Hamada is doing here. He wants to keep us speculating and talking about that film. So it's a very exciting year to be a DC fan. There's loads of things coming out, and I think with what's going on with Aquaman, we should all be very, very excited.